Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Woo! Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That intro still be having me like doing a little shimmy dance in my chair, man. Oh God, it's such a good intro. I hope it makes you guys do a little shimmy dance when you listen to it. You know, just oh yeah, I love it, man. Love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. The intro is probably like the best thing we've ever added to this show. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, without further ado though, we're going to get into today's episode. We got a good Tuesday episode for you. We got some juicy scenarios, a great confession time, a dope little thread. Woo! We're going to be kicking the thread over to you ladies because I love, and I mean love, learning about the ladies. All right. You know what I mean? It definitely helps me out in my dating escapades. It's funny because a lot of women that like when I go on a date with them or when I talk to them and stuff like that, they're always like, how do you know about that? How do you know? And I'm just like, yeah, I do a podcast and it teaches me a lot of shit about y'all. It really does, man. It really does. And then it teaches me like the extremes of like a lot of relationships. You know, I'd be like, God damn, y'all be going through some shit in relationships. For me, I'm like, I'll be having some normal ass. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, as of recently, now that I'm like back into dating and then meeting girls through the dating apps and shit like that, it has been a little weird, you know, because it's like when you meet them, I don't know. It's weird because like you're talking to them, right, through the phone, you texting, doing all the good shit, whatever. And then you guys meet in person and it's like you guys have never talked a day in your life. It's like you guys don't even know each other. It's just weird and it's kind of awkward. And usually I'm pretty good at breaking the ice and getting the conversations rolling and, you know, like getting her nerves kind of calmed down and stuff. But like, it is definitely a little weird. And then it kind of sucks a lot of times because, you know, you ladies got all the options and stuff. So you guys can kind of like do whatever you want, you know, and I'd be like, all right, man. Because I don't know, for me personally, maybe I'm weird for it. I don't know. But I don't really like to do the whole thing where, you know, a girl is talking to me and like another dude and stuff like that. I'm just like, no thanks. I'm good. I don't know. To me, it seems weird. I get that that's how dating is nowadays. You know, you date multiple people and you try to feel things out and stuff like that. I get it. And that's why I don't really be putting too much onus on like the girls and stuff. Man, I don't be blaming them or nothing. And they kind of get mad at me sometimes and they're just like, oh, well, yeah. I'm just like, bro, I just want a girl that's only talking to me. You know, like, that's all I want. Damn. Is that so hard to find? You know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. It sucks because I be scrolling through TikTok a lot of times. I be seeing all these cute girls and they're just like, oh my God, where's my perfect guy? And I'm just like, I don't know. I wish I was him though. Cause you're pretty. But I say all that to say today's thread is, ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that a man has hit on you? All right. I know us men's, we be hitting on girls in the weirdest places. And it's one of those things that I kind of think about when I go out because it is one of those things where for me, when I like say I go out to the grocery store or something like that and I see a really pretty girl, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, man, yeah, does she want to be hit on at the grocery store? Like, she came here to just get her groceries. She didn't come here to get hit on by me. You know, I don't know. I'm so weird about that. And like my mom always tells me, you need to just shoot for the stars and see what happens. You know, she rejects you, she rejects you. And I'm like, nah, I get that. But I sometimes think it's just, it's right place, right time, you know? And I really hate it when I find like a really pretty girl, but like she's working. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm weird about this, but like, do girls like to get hit on while they're on the job? You know, I don't know. Maybe they do. I guess. I don't know. I always feel weird about that because, again, I try not to be creepy out in the streets. Because don't get me wrong, there are times where I meet girls, face to face and I approach them and all that good stuff. But a lot of times it's in the frame of, for instance, there was a time, this was a couple months ago, but I was at the mall. And I was there to like buy something. I totally forgot what I was there to buy. Probably like a coat or something. I don't know. But I was there to buy something, right? And so I was shopping about whatever. I was leaving this shop and I happened to see this girl walk by and I was like, wow, she's really pretty. And I'm thinking, she's walking around the mall shopping. I'm walking around the mall shopping. I introduced myself. We were talking, whatever the case may be. We exchanged some information. We walked around the mall together. And it was what it was. And so for me in that situation, I was like, that made sense to like approach her because she's at the mall chilling. I'm at the mall chilling. I saw an attractive girl. I would hope she'd think I'm attractive. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. I was attractive enough for like us to exchange information. We talked in text for a little while. And then I was like, hey, do you want to hang out? And then she was just like, she ghosted me after that. But I mean, just the interaction alone made sense. But like for me to walk up to a girl and like she's like taking my Starbucks order or something, and I'm just like, oh, dang, I think you're really pretty, blah blah blah. I would just feel like the motherfucker behind me be like, yo man, hold up, let me order my drink before you hit on her. Waiting for her to go on break or something. I don't know. I feel weird about this because I even went to the grocery store. And there was this really cute girl bagging my groceries. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's really pretty. But I'm like, she's working though. And I don't want to like inconvenience her while she's at work just because like I'm trying to get some booty. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's just where I'm at with it. So that's where this thread came from. And that's why I went ahead and did this thread. Because in my everyday life, I'm like, I battle with that. I see a pretty girl and I'm like, damn, I want to talk to you, but you're at work. Or damn, I want to talk to you, but you seem busy. Or you seem like, you're just here to do your thing and go home. I'm a big proponent of like personal space and I want to go out, do what I need to do and go home. Like I'm a big proponent on that. But again, if I, you and I, we just walking around, you seem like you just at the mall chilling, doing your thing, or you just at the place doing your thing, and I'm at the place doing my thing. It makes sense. I can walk up to you, talk to you, have a conversation. Hey girl, how you doing? Jot down your number. You'll get mine in exchange, a little thing. But I don't know. Let's get into the thread though, and we'll see what's up. So, all right. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that a man has hit on you? All right. All right. I was in the ER suffering complications from a miscarriage and the phlebotomist slid into my DMs. That is crazy. Yo, he was just like, hey man, I know you feeling sad, but I know you ain't got no kids. So how about, you let me take you out? Yeah, how about you let me take you out and we go do a little something. Hey, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. All right, ladies, what is the craziest place a guy has hit on you? My friend got hit on by a dude at her wedding reception. Bruh. She's the bride. That's what the bridesmaids are for. The bridesmaids are for that. The bride is getting married. What the? Oh my! All right, hey, my man said, "Hey, shooters gotta shoot, bro." My man says shooters gotta shoot. Oh shit! All right. Ladies, what is it, hold on, I keep forgetting ridiculous. Okay, what is the most ridiculous place a guy has hit on you? Oh, I'm winning this one. Ancestry.com. The DM was along the lines of, you're hot, I don't think we're related, and we were confirmed distant cousins. That's crazy. Homeboy was like, we can't be related. There's no way. There's no way, girl. You're too hot. Nah. What's up? How you doing? She was like, nigga, we're cousins. Get up off my phone. We are cousins. That's wild. Woo! All right. Ladies, what's the most ridiculous place you've ever been hit on? My fiance's funeral is crazy. What did he say? No. He said, hey, I know your man just died, but like, you know, what you trying to do next week? Like, bro, too soon, my guy. You could have gave it like a month. You know, and in that month, you know, consoling her, coming over to her place, like, don't worry, I'll cook up some food for you. You know, oh, what? The light in the bathroom is out. I got you. Let me fix that. You know what I mean? You could have played the game. And then, like, a month into it, be like, oh, you know what you need to do is you need to get out the house. Let me take you out. Woo! All right. Woo! I'm giving too much sauce, ain't I? That's crazy. Oh, man. All right, ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on? At a stoplight, hanging out the passenger's side of what I would assume was his best friend's ride. You're crazy. Okay. All right. Get the fuck out of here, man. We all know the song. All right. Yeah, we get it. You ain't dating no scrub. You know, we get it. Ladies, what's the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? I asked my wife. She said the ladies' room. What the fuck?
Bruh.
How do you... Did this dude follow her into the bathroom? And he just outside the stall like, yeah, so, like, you know, what you doing today? Like, how you been? Because, like, man, you looking pretty fine today, and I was just wondering, you know, if you wanted to, like, do something, you know. Yeah, she come out the stall. You ain't gonna wash your hands. You ain't gonna wash your hands. I mean, you know, it's all good. Like, you need some soap? I got you. I can help you out. I can put some soap on your hands, you know, and then, like, that way your hands are clean or whatever. I wash my hands too, you know. Just some weird shit, man. That's crazy. Hey, dudes are wild. Dudes are wild nowadays. God damn. All right, ladies, what's the most ridiculous place that you've been hit on at? A cop hit on me while at my house after calling 911 because of my alcoholic boyfriend. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I guarantee you, she was probably thinking about it too. She probably was. She's probably just like, I mean, alcoholic man or the man in uniform? Like, come on now. I mean, alcoholic man or man in uniform? You know, you girls be like to the man in uniform. Let's be straight. I mean, that's why y'all love these psycho military guys. But hey, that's it. That's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying, I guarantee you, she probably with that man right now. She probably thinking to herself like, shit, why the fuck am I be with this loser? You know what I mean? That man's a winner. You know, and I bet homeboy was just like, hey, you know, here's my business card and here's my phone number, you know, just in case you need a place to stay, you know what I mean? Hey, you need a place to stay, you know, you need to get out a little bit, get away from this crazy home environment. I got you, girl. Woo! Bet you he was smooth with it too. All right, ladies, what's the most ridiculous place you've ever been hit on at? A hospital in the ER hooked up to every machine possible by a male nurse. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, homeboy. Because, like, obviously, you know, you have to, like, lift up your shirt so they could put the little things on there. And you know, I bet he was just like, damn, girl, you got a nice body on you. Shit, you work out? You go to the gym? Shit. You know, I've been thinking about going to the gym, too. You know what I mean? We can go together sometime, you know, when you're not, like, hooked up to this machine, you know? when you get out of the ER and fix whatever this has got going on, then maybe you and I can, you know, we get to the gym together, you know? Shit. God damn. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure, you know, I change myself over to your nurse. You know, that way I could be with you. That's crazy. Hey, shooters gotta shoot, bro. You know? Hey, shooters gotta shoot. Ladies, what's the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? In the ICU wearing full PPE, gown, hair protection, shoe covers, mask, goggles, gloves. This was peak 2020, and I was there as an EMT to transport a patient who was very sick with COVID to another facility. He was a CNA. He looked at the picture of my face on my name tag and said, "You ain't too bad." "You single? What's your number?" I considered this pretty solid evidence that what you're wearing has nothing to do with anything. And that's facts. That's facts. He was probably like, "God damn, girl, you got all that ass in them PPEs. God damn." My man was like, you got that ass in them PPEs. God damn. And he saw your face and was just like, "You got all that ass and you got a little pretty face on you too?" So, well, hey, what's your name, baby? What's your number? Shit. What you trying to do after this? You got a boyfriend? You got a boyfriend? Cause I'm trying to see what's up. You know, after these motherfuckers heal me up. You know, after these motherfuckers heal me up when I get up out of here, we should go do something. And you got a good job? Shit. And, you know, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Hey, got that good job? Shit. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? At a wedding by the groom. Whoa.
What did he say?
By the who now? That's crazy. Imagine you're just like, "Oh my God, yay, go girlfriend, you got married, da 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 da." And then you go up to the groom and you're just like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you guys got married, this and that." And he's just like, "Damn, girl, you looking good in that dress today. You know, what you trying to do later?" That would be great. Like, bro just got married and he's already hitting on the that's whoo. Hey, some men are just diabolical out in these streets. Man, you just got married. You already looking to get rid of your girl? That's crazy. That's insane. Sheesh. Oh, that's insane. All right, ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? My partner of 9 years ended himself, and a guy from college showed up to the wake and later apologized, admitting that his intention was to hit on me and ask me out. And in retrospect, that was in bad taste. That's crazy, bro. That, again, bro, too soon. Too soon. My guys out there, if she just lost her man, this how you do it. You console her. "Hey, you know, if there's anything you need, I got you." You come over to her house with some cooked meals and stuff. Like, "Hey, look, I know you probably not cooking right now. You probably not eating all that well. I made you some food, little Tupperwares, you know what I mean?" And be like, "Hey, just take this. And, you know, if you need anything, again, like my number's taped to the top of the Tupperware. Just call me, whatever." And she'll call you. Oh, she definitely will, because, you know, you coming in and you already offering some food or some help and this and that. "Oh, look, that light over there look like it needs some fixing. I got you. Change out the bulbs, you know. Oh, damn, this sink is leaking. Let me tighten that up for you a little bit. Dang, you know, let's watch some movies. You know, you watching some movies, you're getting comfy, you're doing your thing, and before you know it, she gonna be like, "Damn, you know what? You've been really stepping it up. You've been doing things around the house, cooking and cleaning, helping me out, you know. Hey." And before you know it, she done found her new man. And you gotta be tactful with things. You gotta be tactful. You can't just show up at the funeral and be like, "Yeah, I was gonna hit on you. Yeah, I was gonna hit on you, girl. You know, and do the thing. Yeah, what's your number?" Like, come on, bro. You gotta be tactful. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? At a bus stop before I got on, and then at another bus stop 5 miles away after I got off the bus. Spoiler, he did not get on the bus himself. He drove his car following the bus and waited for me to get off. That's creepy. Okay. That is creepy. Homeboy watched you get on the bus. He ran back to his car, got in his car, and was just like, "Oh shit, okay, where that bus at? Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Oh, she got off the bus stop. Hey, what's going on?" Quinky dink to find you here. What's up? How you doing? Oh man, didn't we just have a great little conversation back in yeah, yes we did. Oh man, that's creepy. It's fucking creepy. I hope she ran away from that dude. All right. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? LinkedIn is wild. LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn for my job, and yeah, LinkedIn is probably like the most professional place ever. Like any woman that I've ever talked to on LinkedIn, we keep it extremely professional. You know, it's, and most of the women on LinkedIn are married, so it's or that I know anyway. I don't know too many single women on fucking LinkedIn. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm just like, damn, the hell? Homeboy was just like, hey, we've been working on this project for a minute, girl. Like, how about I make you a nice little steak dinner? You come on over and hang out with your boy. And she was like, what the fuck? Nigga, send them files on over. Who the fuck are you? All right. Oh, shit. We're going to do like 3 more. This one's a good one. All right, ladies, what is the most ridiculous places you've ever been hit on at? I was holding my sister's hair while she was vomiting into a bin in a mall parking lot, and some guy came up and asked if I was single. Shooters gotta shoot, man. I know I would. I'd be like, hey, look, I know your hands are full and, you know, you're dealing with that right now, but I just wanted to come up to you and tell you, man, you are beautiful. And, you know, and if you were single, I'd love to get to know you and see what's up. I ain't gonna lie to that. I would do that. I would do, maybe I should scratch that one off the list, as that one is not one to do. You know what I mean? See, ladies, I'm learning. All right. I'm learning. That's not one to do. Got you. All right. Got you, fam. That's not one I should do. Got you. Because I would have done the same thing. If I saw a girl and she was looking bomb-delicious and she just happened to be in a situation where, you know, she's holding the hair of another girl who's vomiting her guts out, I'm gonna make my move. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why? Because for one, the friend is too busy yakking to cock block you, boy. And then 2, I might have a little higher success. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. What better moment? It's not like, you know, she's with her friend group or with any other dudes around her or nothing like that, man. That's prime time moment. But I guess that's not right. So I got you. I'm gonna scratch that one off. I ain't gonna do that one then. I got you. I mean, in that moment, what is the right moment to ask her out then? Would I have to wait for her friend to be done? Be like, hold on, I'm gonna wait until her friend done yakking up her life, and then I guess maybe it's a thing where, because now that she has to kind of take care of her friend, she's not really in the mood to get hit on. I think that's kind of what it is, and that's why it's like ridiculous in her eyes. She's just like, look, bro, I can't really be getting hit on or talk to a dude right now. I gotta take care of this bitch, you know. So it makes sense. All right, ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've been hit on at? Definitely not the worst one on here, but I was once loudly asked how I felt about bathroom sex in the quiet study area of the library. Dude strolled over, planted his hands on my table, and loomed over me while asking this. He had a full room of about 24 people silently staring at him, but somehow only realized he should be embarrassed after I gave him the cold no thank you and went back to ignoring him. He called me a bitch and left in a huff. Bro, why? Come on, man. Common sense, dude. Common sense. Again, you gotta be tactful, my guy. You gotta be tactful. If you'd have played it smooth, you never know. You never know. She might have. But because you didn't play it smooth and tactful, she probably was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, what is this? But you could have played it a little smooth and tactful. You never know. You never know. I want to assume they were in college. So this must have been like a little college thing. You know, I don't know if college girls are, I don't know. I haven't been to college in a long time. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit. I think I graduated when I was like 23, 24. It's been a minute. So, but yeah, it's, again, man, gotta be tactful with that shit. All right, I'm gonna do this one and one more. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at. A cop pulled me over about a dozen times at the exact same spot. Always gave me a warning. Finally asked me out one day. When I said no and told him he was rather unethical, he gave me a ticket. Damn, girl, you should have just took the date. Either that, if you got pulled over every single time, at that point, it's like, okay, I'm driving a different way at this point. There ain't no way I'm getting pulled over every single day. That's crazy. That's a little wild to me, I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's get into our last one. Ladies, what is the most ridiculous place that you've ever been hit on at? I had a chap hit on me while I was vacuuming my car at an automatic car wash. Dude was straight up Latino Freddie Mercury. Think wife beater with tight jeans. Something sexy about him. I was finishing up when he rolled up next to me as he's cleaning his car. He kept making eye contact. I just kept chuckling to myself thinking I'm much older than he was, and he totally seemed like a player. After a bit of flirty eyes with each other, he leans against the bumper of his car with his knee bent and says, "You come here often?" I busted up laughing so hard and said yes when I feel dirty. He started cracking up and I realized what I said was awkwardly embarrassing, saying I meant when my car is dirty. I mean, all right, this one seems like a W, I ain't gonna lie to you. When it needs clean, gotta go by. All right, I think she liked this dude. I won't lie to you. I think she liked this dude, but the fact that she said, yeah, I come here when I'm feeling dirty, I think that's where she was like, oh shit, but that one I don't think was too bad. All right, look, I might be wrong. The fact that girls don't find it ridiculous to get hit on at work, all right. I might start hitting on girls at work then. Okay. I guess it's not ridiculous. I always thought it was, but I guess it's not, So, okay, I'll start shooting my shots then. I was hoping, I was like, that's gotta be in there. There's gotta be one girl that's just like, oh yeah, I was at work and this dude came through my line like 6 times or whatever, and then he finally asked me out and I thought it was weird. But no, I guess y'all like that. I guess so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Ladies, let me know down in the comments. You know what I mean? A guy hitting on you at work, is that like weird? You know what I mean? Like, is that weird? Is that normal? Is that something where, if you're interested in the guy, you're kind of just like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you, I don't know. Let me know, because I need some help. Apparently, I guess. All right, let me know what you think about it in the comments, man. That's going to be today's thread. We'll hop on into announcements and we'll get to confession time and our scenarios for today. So, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows, like these lovely people did for today. All right. Audio listeners, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. It helps out a lot, man, especially when you guys download and you guys rate. It helps out so much because it really shows Spotify, shows Apple Podcasts, whatever you're listening on, shows them that this show is actually worth the taking out of your time to rate. And I appreciate that, all right? So, thank you guys so much. Please keep doing that. It supports the show a lot. And it's free, man. It is free. And if it's faux free, then it's faux me. And if you want to help out the show even more, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. God damn, bro. It's funny because TikTok, it's weird because we go, I don't want to say viral, but I do have some videos that do be popping off. And it's so funny to read you guys' comments. I absolutely adore you guys' comments. They are funny. The recent video that we had kind of, I guess, blow up or had a lot of attention was one where I did a story about a dude that found out his girl was cheating at work. And you guys, you guys' comments crack me up. I love it. I love reading the comments. So definitely, if you see some clips, definitely comment, or even on the episodes, man, comment, get your shit down there, man. I read them all. I love them. I love it. You guys are so funny. But yes, without further ado, we're going to get into today's confession time. Boy, do I got a juicy one for you. Oh man, let me find it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, today's confession time is I crop dusted a movie theater so bad a girl threw up. Damn.
Bruh.
That's gotta suck. Yo fart must have been atomic, son. Woo! All right, let's get on into it. Okay, so we were going to see the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. Yes, this is 2002. Oh, man. On opening night. I'm pumped, and this was back before reserved seating. So I usually tried to get there at least 30 minutes ahead of time to get a good seat. But alas, fate had other plans for us. See, my wife at the time, was chronically late to everything kind of person, despite my repeated warnings that I did not want to be late to this and get a terrible seat. She assured me that she would be ready in time. Shocker, she was not ready in time. So we ended up getting there in the middle of the previews and are forced to sit in the GD second row. Theater is packed full. So he's like up in the fucking front. Damn. Fucking awful. I would have just said fuck it, but I really wanted to see this movie. So there we were, front and center, where we have to look up and left to right to watch the movie. About 45 minutes into the film, I feel rumbling from the depths of my bowel, and I knew right then and there, I knew this was no ordinary fart brewing. This was gonna be an epic face melting, beehole scorching. Oh man, I hope it's not really poop fart. At this point, I'm really invested in the movie, and I am concerned. Considering my options. Do I get up and make a dash for the bathroom? Oh shit. Hold on. Sorry. Yes, do I get up and make a dash for the restroom and possibly miss some great Spider-Man action? Or do I try to sneak it out just a little itty-bitty toot at a time? Can't be as bad as I'm imagining it's going to be if I just let it out slowly over time, right? But what if it is? Oh man, there's so many people in here. But it is dark as hell and maybe nobody will notice, or at least know where it came from. This is where fate intervened and made the decision for me. While I'm debating my options, it just happens all at once. Just blasted out, and the only saving grace was that the cloth seats at the time muffed it, so it was silent as a mouse. Pissing on cotton, as my father used to say, but deadly. I meant I knew this was gonna be bad. I just sank down in my seat and hoped beyond hope that nobody figured out it was me. I couldn't even run out at that point because everyone could have known it was me, and I couldn't abandon my wife to that fate. First person to notice was my wife, seated to my right. She leans in and whispers, "What the fuck, dude? Was that you?" And all I could do was plead with her with my eyes to please don't out me. This nigga was like, yo, I know it's funky as hell, but don't tell nobody. Oh, man. My boy let out Hiroshima, and nobody knew. Oh, shit. And all I could do was plead with her with my eyes to please don't out me. Sinking further at this point when a girl in the group of 5 or 6 teenage girls in the row behind us yells out, "Oh my God, it's in my mouth." What the fuck? Oh my God. and absolute pandemonium erupts around me. People are loudly gagging, exclaiming, "What the fuck?" And "Is there a dead raccoon under my seat?" or something similar. I can't remember verbatim what it was in the chaos. Then it happens. One of the girls behind us just pukes. You can hear her retching and spitting. I guess she puked into her popcorn because I didn't hear a splash like if it hit the floor. Her friends were saying, "Oh my God, Becky just puked." And it was at this point I'm probably like 10 shades of red from my embarrassment. Yo, what the fuck did you eat, my guy? God damn, that's crazy. I just grabbed my wife's hand and mumbled something like, "What the fuck just happened? And we got to get out of here. Oh my God," and practically ran out of there. She was actually laughing about it in the car and was pretty good sport about having to miss the movie. So if you want to see Spider-Man on opening night in 2002, we were victimized by my retching crop dusting. I truly apologize. Thank you for listening and God bless you all. That is crazy, bro. That is insane. Bro, how do you fart that bad to make a girl fucking puke? I mean, the fact that like everybody was like, "Oh, what the hell?" That shit, oh my God, it's in my mouth, was crazy. That was funny as hell. I won't lie to you, that was funny as hell. But damn, son. Hey, thank you for confessing, brother. That was crazy. Wow. Woo, man, damn. Oh, shit. Yeah, I absolutely love this segment, man. Confession time is probably one of my favorite segments to have started in 2025 because y'all be confessing some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all be confessing some crazy shit, man. God damn. Woo, okay. Oh, shit. That was today's confession time. Now we'll get into today's scenarios. Man, if you guys want to send in a confession time, definitely do, whether on Instagram, TikTok, or Patreon. Patreon does get priority over TikTok and Instagram. But yes, if you want to send in a confession time, please do. I love when you guys can be confessing this shit. It is funny. All right, on our first scenario. Am I wrong for asking sister and brother-in-law to stop having loud smacks? They're like, "Hey, yo, I ain't trying to hear my sister get pounded, man." That would be uncomfortable. I won't lie to you. Oh, man, hearing your sister like, I was like, bruh, okay. Y'all niggas need to get in your own place. Okay, my friend Marlene is 22 and moved into her older sister's house, Jamie 40, and her husband Kevin. Jamie and Kevin have a nice 5-bedroom, 2-story house, and Marlene gets her own room, which is next to the master bedroom. Oh, okay, I see. In addition to this, Jamie and Kevin currently have 4 kids, ages 4 through 15, 4 through 15. Okay. The kids share the other 3 bedrooms. Marlene is currently living there since it's closer to her college, but 1 year in, she says she doesn't know how much longer she can take it. Marlene has told me how awkward this is getting, as she can clearly hear the noise made whenever Jamie and Kevin are doing it. At first, she tried to ignore it and later resorted to having headphones on at night, but later stopped due to how uncomfortable it felt. She describes the awkward moaning and downright screams she hears at times and the very awkward things they say to each other. She describes the walls as paper thin and it's very uncomfortable. She finally decides to talk to Jamie about this, and Jamie says that Marlene is creepy to even be listening in on their intimacy. Jamie apologized but says it's her house and they're a married couple who do what they want for fun. Homeboy must be laying down pipe. Oh my God, for her to be that loud and doing all that, homeboy must be laying down pipe. This man must be just up in them guts, just scooping her shit. You know what I mean? He must just be in there like, and she's just like, man, hey, my man must be laying some pipe, son. Woo! He like, I may be 40, but this dick is 20. You know what I mean? Homeboy must be laying down pipe, son. Woo! God damn. I'm just saying. All right. Oh, okay. Marlene asked me what she can do, and besides moving out and possibly finding roommate, there isn't much she can do besides try her best to ignore it when they're doing it. Now that she's brought it up, though, there's a weird vibe between her and her sister. Marlene wonders if her asking her sister to have quieter sex was not right. Am she wrong for asking Jamie to chill out with Loud doing it in her own home? Because I get it. You know what I mean? I get it that like that can be really uncomfortable. I know I wouldn't want to hear my sister moaning and groaning and having the pipe laid down. I wouldn't. I think what she could do is rearrange her room. This would probably be the best way to do it. Rearrange your room so that way the wall that you share with the master bedroom, your bed is not on that wall. Because what I'm thinking is that her bed is against the wall that shares the wall, her bed is against the wall that shares with the master bedroom. So if she takes her bed, maybe moves it to the other side, or moves it to a different wall, and then like maybe put furniture up against that wall, you might not hear it as much. That might work for you. Because now like the sound that's coming in, it's now bouncing off of the furniture that you have against that wall, and that could help. It'll definitely muffle it a little bit. You might still hear it a little bit, but you might not hear it as much. Another thing you could do is getting a white noise machine. You can get a white noise machine that kind of like, it does the rainforest noises, or it does like whales, or it does like a fire crackling and stuff. You could get something like that. Those are pretty cheap. You can get them for like $20-$30 on Amazon. And you just, before you go to bed, you just turn it on and it makes whale noises, I probably wouldn't do whale noises. Whale noises might mix in with your sister moaning, so I probably wouldn't do that one. But you could do like birds chirping and all that kind of stuff. Get a white noise machine and have that, lull you to sleep. If you don't want to do that, you can get like a little Bluetooth speaker. Something like this. Get a little Bluetooth speaker. You know what I mean? For your audio listeners, this is just like a little tiny Sony speaker that you can get. Hook it up to your phone. This thing I think cost me like $30, maybe $30-$40. But yeah, I mean, you just get a little something like that, and play, like YouTube, you know what I mean? You could play like YouTube noises. They have like 10-hour long videos of just rainforest or rain or just white noise, you know what I mean? And that's probably a cheaper route. You could do that too. So again, I mean, there's things that she can do. And so that's why I kind of think like, she is a bit of the asshole on this one, or am I in the wrong? Or yeah, she is wrong for asking her of that, because again, it's like, bro, this is my house, you know what I mean? And technically I'm allowing you to live here. So since I'm allowing you to live here and this is my house, you just gonna have to deal with, you know what I mean, my husband laying down the pipe. You know what I mean? That's just is what it is. So those are solutions that she can definitely do. Move your bed from that wall, put some furniture up against that wall, and then get like I said, like that little Bluetooth speaker, or you can get a little noise making machine, and that could work. It could help. And that way you don't have to wear headphones while you sleep. It just does it through a speaker. And then you can also mitigate some of that sound coming through the wall by having furniture up against that wall. And you can have a dresser. You could do like what is it? What do they call them? Like a vanity You can get one of those too. You can get a vanity. You can have your dresser. You can just have furniture, just whatever's in your room. Furniture up against that wall, and it should mitigate it. But yeah. That's my 2 cents. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. What do you think that she could have done or could do? You know what I mean? I don't think she has to go as drastic as moving out. That's why I suggested those kind of things. But you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. We'll get on to our next one. All right. Revenge cheating gone wrong. Uh-oh. So, a friend of mine, female 37, mother of 4, wanted to get payback from her boyfriend. She cheated on him with the first person that messaged her through Facebook. Let's just say that she hooked up with a younger guy, 25, who lied to her and gave her all the red flags possible. They went out on a Thursday and she booked a hotel the next week on a Wednesday and ended up having a one-night stand with the guy. Well, the guy ends up telling her to go fix her problems with her boyfriend after he finished. Damn, my boy nutted and was like, all right, back to your problems. That's crazy. She said she felt used. Later on, she comes to find out that this guy she had a one-night stand with has kids and a whole family. Woo! And another girl pregnant. That's crazy. Wow. So he got kids and a family, and then he got a side chick who's pregnant, and then he fucking on you. Damn. Not a very good position over a wrong decision to get payback. Forgot to mention that they were 3 months without contact and she reached out to him. He kept texting her degrading text messages to her for her boyfriend to see it. She thought that he was doing it on purpose to have her come back and to try to start a serious relationship. That is when this young guy let her have the truth. Damn. Yeah, see, man, this is why, for me personally, I always give the advice of like, if your dude cheated not even if your dude, just if your partner in general, whether you're a guy or a girl, your partner cheats, and you decide to leave, whatever the case may be, the best way to get revenge is the fact that you show them that you're happy without them. Because if I'm being honest with you, that is the best revenge dish served cold, if I'm being honest with you, because the fact that they cheated on you and they did what they did and stuff like that, they look at it like, this person ain't happy unless they with me. They ain't going nowhere because they ain't going to be happy without me. If they go with somebody else, they're not going to be as happy as I make them, blah, blah, blah. They're already going to have this kind of, ego about them, and they're going to have this about them. And that's just the mindset of how that goes. And it's definitely the mindset that has been a constant whenever I've dealt with these scenarios. I mean, you guys got to remember, I've gone through thousands at this point. I wouldn't say thousands, but maybe hundreds of cheating stories in the year and a half, let's say, of doing this podcast. And so, in the amount of content I do, I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen it all when it comes to cheating stories. And a lot of consistency in the cheating is the fact that they look at it like, oh, I cheated, but my partner, even if they find out, they're not really going to do anything because, they're not happy without me, kind of thing. But if you leave and you're happy and you're just kind of doing their thing, I'm telling you, they're going to be like, that's going to hurt them way more, because they're going to be like, what the fuck? Why are they so happy without me? Like, what the fuck? And they're going to try to come back because, they're wondering why you so happy. They're like, what the hell? Why are you so happy without me? I'm telling you, that's probably been one of the things I've always said when it comes to if your partner cheats and you decide to leave, You got to show them that you're happy without them. You ain't got to go do this whole get your lick back and, you know what I mean, fuck a best friend and all this kind of stuff. I think all that stuff is really stupid. It's extremely juvenile, and you don't need to be doing that because, for one, this could have went way worse for her because she could have got an STD. She could have got caught up with some crazy dude. You never know the shit that could have happened. You know what I mean? You never know the shit that could have happened. This could have been far worse than it actually was. Thank God it was just, him being a dick and, having a family and all that crap. Because again, like I said, she could have got an STD. She could have got blown up. She could have got kidnapped. She could have got, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could have happened because she over here trying to get a lick back. Like, bro, and you just over here just giving the coochie to any old dude that hit you up on Facebook. That's crazy too. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's crazy too. But yeah, hey. You let me know what you think about it in the comments though, man. But yeah, she definitely did fuck up on that one. Goodness, she fucked up on that one. All right, this is going to be our last one for today's episode, man. If you got this far in the episode, I love you. I appreciate you. You the best. All right, now let's get into the scenario. All right, crush on coworker. Ooh, yeah. I, 30 female, have a crush on my coworker, 32 male. Ooh, it's a girl who got a crush on a boy. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We are both newbies at the company. We both hold the same position and neither of us are in management or supervisory roles. So she's like, oh yeah. Oh baby. I want him to supervise this coochie though. All right. I consider myself to be quiet, and he seems to be as well. Whenever I don't say good morning, he pops his head up and make it a duty to smile and ask me how I'm doing, or say good morning / afternoon. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I find myself wildly attracted to him. Today, while he was out on lunch, I asked the person that sits next to him for help with something and snuck a mini Kit Kat on his desk and wrote a smiley face on it. When he came back from lunch, he walked around the office asking, "Who did this?" I am now ashamed, embarrassed, and hope he never finds out it was me. Crush immediately ended as he seemed to lack discretion. Wait, what? What? Also to add, I've been 2 years abstinent, so maybe nature is getting the best of me. Wait, hold up. So wait, you don't like him anymore because he wanted to know who gave him the Kit Kat? You should have been like, oh, that was me. Oh, I thought you might wanted a little snack or whatever. He'd have been like, oh, you are so cute. Like, what's going on? What am I missing here? What happened? Like if I got a little mini Kit Kat and it had a little smiley face, I would want to know who did it too. Because if I'm being straight with you, I would hope that was you. I would be like, oh, I hope it was her. Let me ask though. Let me ask around. Let me see. You know what I mean? I hope it ain't Patricia, that fat bitch at the end. I'm joking. But I'm just saying, I would want to know who it is because I already have an idea of who I think it is, but I want to know for sure. You know what I mean? I want to know for sure. I want to know for sure if it's like, is it my girl or is it just some random chick? Because again, I think for him, the fact that he kind of goes out of his way to kind of like, hey, good morning, how are you? It's good to see you, making small talk and all that kind of stuff. Guys don't really do that for every girl. A lot of times, majority of the time, they're going to do that for a girl that they're kind of interested in. And I think when he saw the Kit Kat, he was just like, oh, ooh, I wonder if it's my girl that did that. I could swear to you, he was probably very excited and he wanted to know and he was hoping that it was you. And that's why he didn't really leave the discretion because, he wanted to know. I would want to know. I ain't going to lie to you. Damn. Ladies, what's going on? What's up with that? I get the discretion. I get, you may want to keep it on the down low or whatever. But she could have told them. She could have just been like, hey, keep it between you and me, And he'd have been like, oh, okay. Got you. I don't know. Because he didn't know. Yeah, I'm just saying he didn't know. But yeah. I don't know. You guys let me know. Ladies, let me know. What's going on, man? What's going on? Again, I would want to know. I would be asking around because my understanding in his position, he is hoping that it's her. And he wanted to kind of confirm that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all these scenarios as well as the confession time and the thread. The thread was super juicy. Man, oh, I loved it. But let me know what you think about today's episode. Appreciate you guys. If you got this far in the episode, thank you. Love you. Appreciate you so much. Again, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. Audio listeners, keep downloading the podcast. Rating is 5 stars. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Love you guys all. Thank you guys for watching the episodes and coming out to the streams and all that good stuff. Even if you don't come out to the streams while we're live, you guys do watch them afterwards, and I do appreciate that too. Because I am trying to perfect streaming. It is so difficult. Oh, it's so difficult. I always have some technical issues or some problems or this and that. I'm trying my best. I really am trying to perfect streaming. But I love you guys. I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing, man. The subscribers have even been going up, and I appreciate that. It's been going up slow, but they've been going up, and I do appreciate that so much, all right? Love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday for our beautiful episode of our new book, Hooked, and I will see you then. Peace.